so much. Brian Harris, music director extraordinaire, and the New Thought Messengers. Good morning. Hello, wherever you are. Welcome to New Thought Center for Spiritual Living. I'm practitioner Shelley Walker, and it is an utter joy to be with you on this, shall we say, mercurial Oregon day. Hey, if you would like to stand and let's sing, let's ground in this beautiful moment and remember the truth of our soul, that God is my source and my power, all of it. LaRonda Steele.
I do too, yes. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. Love is my source. Love is my power. Love gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Love gives me everything I need. Adrian Martin. And is my source. Love is my power. Love gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Love gives me everything I need. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. God gives me everything I need. God gives me everything I need. Yeah. Woo. Like that. Thank you so much. So wonderful to have you all here in this currently sunny Sunday morning. If you are watching us online on Facebook or YouTube, please let us know in the comments where you are watching us from, and like, share, and subscribe. Center of creation, I am a deep, planted in stillness. I am a center of creation, fertile ground for the highest thoughts of God. I am a center of creation. I am a tree rooted in fullness. I am a center of creation, fertile ground for the highest thoughts of God. I am a center of creation. I am complete, living in wholeness. I am a center of creation, fertile ground for the highest thoughts of God. Woo. I am a center of creation. I am a seed planted in stillness. I am a center of creation. Fertile ground for the highest thoughts of God.
Fertile ground.
Yeah. Fertile ground for the highest thoughts of God. Mm-hmm. Fertile ground for the highest thoughts of
God. Woo! Thank you so much. LaRhonda Steele is here. What? And our beloved New Thought Messengers. Oh my goodness. Hello, everyone. I'm Shannon O'Hurley. I am so grateful to be here with you all. Thank you for joining us in the rain that is now the sunshine. Isn't that a blessing? Isn't that magnificent? So this is the time in our service where we acknowledge that we, wherever you are watching us, know that we are on the ancestral land of the Kalapuya people. And we affirm Indigenous history, experiences, and sovereignty. This is also the time in our service where we bless our teens, we bless them, and we say thank you to those who care for them. Know that if you are here for the very first time, we are an inclusive, progressive, and compassionate community that is dedicated to spirit-led social action and helping to make the world a better place. All people, all faith paths, everyone is welcome here. And not only are you welcome here, but we have mindfully and we have thoughtfully created a place just for you, exactly as you are this day. So welcome. And know that if you are visiting us for the first time, there are welcome packets on our tables there under the canopies, and also all kinds of information you can check out on our website. So we thought that we would do something special for our opening blessing, our opening prayer this morning. I invite you to take a deep breath, because our opening prayer is a song written by our very own musical director, Brian Harris, and LaRhonda Steele will join him. So I invite you to take a deep breath and turn within and allow this prayer to fill you up.
Infinite presence, mighty counselor, source and substance of all things seen and unseen. Holy Spirit, ground of all being, I am that I am. Infinite presence, mighty counselor, source and substance of all things seen and unseen. Holy Spirit, holy, 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 ground of all being, I am that I am. So now I call on this knowing, yes, I recognize that all is one. I feel the wholeness and the fullness and the goodness of creation. spreading.
I see it spreading, yeah.
And growing.
And growing.
Flowing through all the nations. So I say thank you for this day. And all those yet to come, yeah. I offer these words up to the infinite. I release, and so it is done.
It's done, yes. Infinite presence, mighty counselor,
source and substance of all things seen and unseen. Holy Spirit,
Holy Spirit,
ground of all being. I am that I am. I am. God is. I am. And so it is.
And so it is. And we're going to go right from that into spiritual practice, y'all. So I invite you to take a breath. Wherever you are, just take a breath. And if there's anything left in your body, heart, mind, or soul that isn't wide open and ready to receive, then this is the time to lay that down. That infinite presence that is everywhere present is right where you are. And not only is it all that you are, it is with you. It is for you. And we're going to dwell with it for a few moments. God is, I am, and all is well and truly well.
God is, I am, right here, right now, right here, right now. God is, I am. Lift your voices. God is, I am. I am right here, right now. Right here, right now. Right here, right here, right now. Right now. God is, God is. I am. God is. I am. Right here. Right now. Right here. Right now. God is. I am.
And so it is. Well, you already know that LaRonda is here. But what you may not know is that last night, she was inducted into the Oregon Music Hall of Fame. Congratulations. Well deserved.
Thank you all so much. It's a blessing, this wonderful thing called life. And this spiritual community is so important in that whole journey, and I want to thank you all for letting me be me with you. Thank you. All right. Okay. Have I been sleeping? I've been so still, afraid of crumbling. Have I been careless, dismissing all the distant rumblings? Take me where I am supposed to be, to comprehend the things that I can't see. 'Cause I need to move, I need to wake up, I need to change, I need to break up, I need to speak out, 'cause something's gotta change up. I've been asleep, I need to wake up now. And as a child, I danced like it was 1999. My dreams were wild. The promise of the new world will be mine. Now I'm throwing off the carelessness of youth. Isn't that right, y'all? To listen to a higher truth, that I need to move, I need to wake up, I need to change, I need to speak up, I need to speak out. Something's gotta change, 'cause I've been asleep, I've gotta wake up now. I am not an island, I am not alone. I am my intentions wrapped here in this flesh and born, and I need to move, I need to wake up, I need to change, I've got to break it all up, I need to speak out, 'cause something's gotta change. I've been asleep for way too long, and I need to wake up. We need to wake up. We need to move. We need to change. We need to speak up. We need to speak out. Something's gotta change. We've been asleep for too long. Oh, we need to wake up now.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, LaRonda Steele and the New Thought Messengers. Oh, bless you. We need to wake up. Oh, my. I need to speak after that. Seriously? Okay. All right, Miss LaRonda. Oh, okay. Thank you so much for being here. I also want to thank Shelley Walker for her beautiful talk last week. What a blessing for all of us. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So, yes, we're going to wake up. How about that? Does that sound good? All right. So, I was thinking about today and what to share today, and
I realized that the last 2 years I have spoken about the importance of bringing awareness and change to the holiday that many of us grew up with, known as Columbus Day, which is finally and rightfully being renamed and or replaced in many more states and cities in this year of 2021 as Indigenous Peoples Day. Yes, yes, yes. Unfortunately, this is not the case in every state. However, progress continues to be made. And many cities and across our nation and municipalities are stepping into rightful alignment around what it is that ought to be celebrated and what it is that ought to be taught as a painful chapter in American history, so that future generations will be educated, creating the depth for a greater compassion, which always happens with education, so that true justice and reparations can finally be made, ultimately assuring that the kinds of atrocities that were made towards the Indigenous people of our beautiful country never are repeated to any group of people here or anywhere. And tomorrow, here in Oregon, is the celebration of Indigenous Peoples Day. And we have so much to learn from the spirituality and the culture and the ways of our Indigenous siblings. There is an ancient proverb that comes from them, which is, treat the earth well. It was not given to you by your parents, it was loaned to you by your children. We do not inherit the earth from our ancestors, we borrow it from our children. Tomorrow being Indigenous Peoples Day, we thought, what better time to begin a 2-part series on spirituality and climate justice. And we're basing this series on Ellen Kelsey's book, Hope Matters. We have actually some copies at our table there in the back. You can see it on our graphic on our website. This book was a recommendation from our Earth Action Team here at New Thought Center for Spiritual Living. You know, there are a lot of books out there on climate change, but not very many that address the situation, as I like to say, name it, that include in the equation for the solution the power of hope. That's hard to find. I have a deep love for this idea and this concept of the power of hope. I've actually personally reclaimed it in my own life, and I'm excited to share some thoughts about that with you today. I have to say, though, the subtitle of Kelsey's book is what really spoke to my soul, and it is Why Changing the Way We Think is Critical to Solving the Environmental Crisis. This is a series about hope during a time that we have all been living through that has felt like it has had so much hopelessness. Hope in the current climate crisis, how it impacts justice for all people. That is what this series is about. This series is about a hope for our future, for future generations. It is about hope in all things, in our personal lives, in our relationships, in all things, there is hope. Now, people often confuse hope with wishing. I know I did for a long time. But they are two very different things. To wish for something comes from a place of not having. We wish for things that are often out of reach. Think about it. We wish upon a star, right? Or some folks wish to win the lottery. Wishes are for magical genies who have bottles. On the other hand, hope is gloriously rooted in reality. One of the earliest meanings of the word hope is actually trust. To have hope is to trust. I like the definition given by Thomas Aquinas, who said, hope is a future good, possibly difficult, but also possible to attain by means of divine assistance. Having hope is trusting that Spirit is at work. Hope brings God into the situation. We understand from a metaphysical perspective, meta meaning beyond, so thinking beyond the physical, that as energetic beings, everything in the universe is, of course, made up of energy. We understand that. So it follows that solving the environmental crisis or solving any crisis or challenge or difficulty in our life requires going beyond just the physical. It demands a multi-pronged approach that includes the physical, but that also implements the mental and the spiritual. Hope is an essential ingredient in this mix. The title of our series is Spirituality and Climate Justice. Justice being a key word to this conversation. Because the fact is, historically, underfunded communities such as low-income Indigenous communities and communities of color often face the worst consequences of climate change, according to the Global Humanitarian Forum. However, they are the least responsible for climate change, and they are the ones who suffer its gravest consequences. And we here in this spiritual community are dedicated to helping to create a world that works for all people, not for some people, but for all people. And I want to note that, due to things like brain differences or social or economic injustice, not all people have the capacity, resources, or are in the place in their life, in the season in their life, to affect change in their lives. I mean, who among us has not at some point in our life needed help, needed a hand? Yes? So this is a huge part of our work in spiritual community, to lift up, to amplify, to shine the light on the needs and the voices of those who would otherwise be forgotten. We are here to do our work, and we are here to support others in theirs. So the particular book that we are using for this series, Hope Matters, it looks at the concept of hope in the midst of the current climate crisis. It looks at how our climate and implementing the power of hope alongside the physical change of it can serve the outcome and create a healed environment. Are you with me? We cannot have one without the other. So as always, I want to just make this personal for a moment, so that we can really relate to this concept, so that we can bring it to the personal and then bring it back out again. So let's just start where you are. So those of you online or right here in our outdoor sanctuary, I want to invite you to think about something right now that you would like to bring into your life. Or perhaps it is something that you would like to lay down or release from your life. Do you have it? You've got it? To simply want the experience of that thing or the freedom from that thing can feel flat and disingenuous or unattainable, unless we include in that very thought a hefty and beautiful dose of grounded hope. It is a requirement. Can you feel that? The difference between just saying, I want to bring this into my life, or I want to release this into my life, and then layering it and encircling it with grounded hope, with trust, with the understanding that Spirit is meeting you there in it. The recipe for any kind of lasting change requires the power of expectancy of a positive outcome. Ernest Holmes wrote in all caps, always expect the good. All caps. Metaphysical master, always expect the good. Not always easy to do. And that is part of our walk. That is part of our walk. No matter how daunting, whatever that thought of yours may be, it must and only can be buoyed by hope. Christopher Reeve said, "Once you choose hope, anything is possible." Once you choose hope, anything is possible. In her book, Hope Matters, Ellen Kelsey points out several studies that illustrate the value of feeling hopeful in a wide variety of ways. From a scientific perspective, we know, for example, that if people have hope, they are better able to tolerate pain. They are more likely to follow through with physiotherapy and other recuperative treatments following surgery, or illness, or injury. We know that feeling hopeful leads to a better recovery from cardiovascular disease and anxiety disorders. The capacity to hope has been shown to provide a therapeutic quality that helps refugees overcome insurmountable challenges as they move forward and resettle. Hope is huge. It's huge. And I think it can get lost in the conversation around climate. Living from a place of hope influences not only ourselves and the people around us, but our collective family. I've been speaking about courage a lot lately. It takes courage to forgive others. It takes courage to forgive ourselves. It takes courage to love another human being, no matter what. It takes courage to be present and to stay with our feelings and be present to them as they move through us without numbing or checking out. That takes courage, and it takes courage to live from a place of grounded hope. Now, climate change, in this conversation, climate change is an urgent, global-scaled problem, unlike anything that we have seen. Just this past summer, the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change released their most dire report ever, if you heard about that or saw that. And we absolutely must name that. And what we also know is that worrying about a problem that feels way too big is actually disempowering and breeds apathy in the human psyche, which then turns to inertia and a lack of ability to take action. Last week, Shelley spoke beautifully about this very thing. She spoke about how catastrophizing something immediately disempowers us from creating a solution. The American Psychological Association, the APA, for those of you in that business, that dictionary says it this way: the tendency to catastrophize can unnecessarily increase levels of anxiety and lead to maladaptive behavior. What we are experiencing with our environment is immensely concerning. According to the Pew Research Center, a recent survey of 26 nations showed that people rank climate change as the top global threat. And, my friends, if we stay in the place of not having hope around that, as much as we would like to, we will not be able to be a part of the solution. The two are inextricably connected. As with anything in our life. And yet we humans forget this. In her book, Hope Matters, Erin Kelsey has a section called Beware Fatalistic Mindsets. Caught my attention. We talk about that a lot here in New Thought. Approaching anything, including our climate issues, without hope is fatalistic. We teach that God or Spirit can only do for us what God can do through us. And I think that all of us have had enough life, certainly in 2021, that we can relate to a moment where perhaps we didn't feel hopeful. Maybe you are feeling that right now. And if you are, please know that you are not alone. The spiritual truth is that our natural state is to be in the flow of the divine, to be in the flow of the universe that is always wanting to care for us. When we are in a temporary state of hopelessness, and it is temporary, we inadvertently, unconsciously block that flow. When we are feeling hopeless, it is hard to feel God or spirit or love or source, right? It's hard. That's often when we place the God of our childhood outside. That's when the intimate relationship with the divine that we are all here to seek and have and experience and live in feels severed. It is difficult to feel that love when we feel hopeless. However, the divine love, the angels, if that works for you, are always, always knocking at the door of our consciousness, of our heart, of our awareness, wanting to be felt and recognized and known. Known for the love that it is all around us. We teach that this divinity is at the ready for us on our behalf. How about that? It's on our behalf, this love. In Hinduism, the practice of recognizing and seeing this divinity is called darshan. In the Jewish tradition, this is what some would refer to as divine providence, the miraculous ways, the miracles in which God shows up for us in our lives. But when we are in a state of hopelessness, we stop, we block the chi or that energy from flowing. It's not that it's not there. We just shut ourselves down so we can't experience it. That love is always right here. The nature of the energy of the divine universe wants to flow. It wants to show up. It is why we all chose to be here, to show up in concert, to co-create with the divine flow. You see? However, when we move to that place of catastrophe and apathy, the place of no hope, we make it very hard for the angels of our better nature to shine their light. According to a study at both Yale and George Mason University, record high numbers of Americans worry about climate change, but only 5% of them believe that humans can and will successfully reduce it. 5%. Any mindset that we hold about anything, whatever the subject matter, will influence the outcome. Our mindset influences the outcome every time. So this begs the question, what is your mindset right now? What is your mindset today? And please hear me when I say, this isn't about faking being happy or some such nonsense. This also isn't about, thinking happy thoughts. That's absurd. That's absolutely absurd. That is a bypass of monumental proportions. It never ends well. What I'm talking about is extracting ourselves from the very addictive behavior of catastrophizing and going down the apocalyptic social media rabbit hole that many of us scroll through on a daily, often hourly basis, without even realizing the depth of the impact, the negative impact that it is having on us. Kelsey writes, we need to decouple the enormity of the crisis we face from the ongoing construction of hopelessness. We need to decouple these things. Because when we are living from a place of hope, of divine expectancy, our actions meet that high vibration so that we are not stuck in a place of apathy and inertia, but rather we are energized and we are able to do what is ours to do. From our home, from our block, from our community, from our city, from our state, from our country. That is the energy of the divine expectancy that we are here to be and to become. Does this mean that we don't have moments of sheer despair? Of course not. But it means that we can set that timer, or we can seek out help, or if we see that in someone else, we can offer to help them. True hope is bold, it is brave, it is courageous, and it will support us to move way past the mere 5% of people who believe that we can actually enact true and lasting change. In changing our mindset from one of hopelessness to one of courageous, grounded hope, we will in turn add the activity of love and loving action to the healing, to the solutions of that which we are looking at, so that we can participate and co-create in the actual healing of our planet, so that we can participate and co-create in peace in our lifetime. This series is dedicated to looking at the spiritual side of how we can contribute to the healing of our earth. Now, there are many, many places for robust and rigorous academic discourse on the science and the specific aspects of climate change itself, and I invite you to seek those out. And in tandem, over the next 2 weeks, here at New Thought Center for Spiritual Living, we are providing spiritual tools, the spiritual tools to accompany, to walk with that work in the world. We have a beautiful team of dedicated NTCSL environmental activists, our Earth Action team, who are here today, who are all, every one of them, incredibly knowledgeable about the subject matter and can provide you with materials and resources that will contribute to you being a part of the solution. And they're going to be at our tables directly following service. And for those of you online, you can just go right to our landing page and you will see all the information there and be able to access it there. And I just want to read to you the mission statement of our Earth Action team. It is so lovely, and it is indicative of who we are as a community and what we stand for. It is to raise awareness regarding environmental issues and the necessity of living the change we wish to see. Lead, educate, and inspire our fellow congregants, including our young people, to advocate for laws and regulations to protect all life on Earth. Inspire one another to work together, take action to address environmental challenges, and create a world that works for all. Can we take a moment and just thank them for what they are doing in our community and the ways that they are inspiring us? So, a key question to ask yourself, a tool I want to invite you into. When you are feeling overwhelmed by it all, and life can absolutely feel overwhelming right now, or when you find yourself just in a negative place, maybe that's what it feels like for you, just ask yourself, what am I expecting right now? It's a powerful question. What am I expecting right now? What are you expecting, my friends? Are you expecting good? Or maybe you can ask yourself, can I be willing to expect good? If you're not in the place of expecting good, let's start with willing. Can I be willing to expect good? You know, we can convince ourselves of so many things, positive and negative. And the thing is, this directly impacts our experience of life and our ability to experience the good that is, like your angels, just waiting to be known. And we are always at choice here. Always. What we are expecting about anything makes a huge difference, not only in our world, but it ripples out into the world at large. Back in 1962, Japanese researchers did an experiment on 13 boys who were hypersensitive to the leaves of the Japanese lacquer tree. Now, contact with these trees can cause a painful, itchy rash, kind of similar to poison ivy. So in the experiment, The researchers touched one arm of the boys with the leaves of a harmless tree, but told them that they were from the Japanese lacquer tree. They then touched them on the other arm with the leaves from the Japanese lacquer tree, but told them those leaves were harmless. Well, all 13 arms, every single one of them that had been touched by the harmless leaves, showed a skin reaction from the non-poisonous, harmless leaves. And only 2 of the arms that were touched by the actual poisonous leaves produced a rash. Only 2. Even more surprising, the reaction to the harmless leaves was stronger than the poisonous ones. Simply thinking that one is being touched by a poisonous leaf brought on a rash more often than actually coming into contact with one. I'm singing in the rain. So we just had a little rain come through. I know, God, it's a big deal. Belief is everything. Jesus of Nazareth said, "It is done unto you as you believe." This requires that we look deeply into what it is that we are believing. My loves, what are you believing right now? What are you expecting right now about yourself? What are you believing about the people around you? What are you believing about your loved ones? What are you believing about our earth? Kelsey writes, "Hope is not complacent. It is a powerful political act, and hope is contagious." Hope. Hope. I will take that contagion. Hope is contagious. Proceeding with hope is not about wishing and hoping. It's not about crossing our fingers or being cheerful or ignoring the facts. That has nothing to do with hope. Quite the contrary. Proceeding with hope is living with the energy of trust and then acting accordingly. Researchers who study social movements inform us that it is actually hope that plays one of the greatest roles in mobilizing individuals to take part in collective action. When I was a community organizer, I saw this time and time again. Hope was always the fuel. If folks, my usual folks who would come with me to rallies and vigils and all the marches, if they were feeling despondent, if they were feeling tired, if they were feeling discouraged, they wouldn't show up. It was hope that got them there. It was hope. Protests are hopeful acts. When done peacefully in a nonviolent way, they are the embodiment of a collective faith in something not yet seen. It's the power of who we are. It's the power of the angels within us. I'm teaching the practitioner class this coming Tuesday night. It's one of my favorite classes to teach. I know I say that about every single class I teach, but I was rereading the chapter that the class was assigned to read by Ernest Holmes. It's a chapter I know very, very, very well. And I looked down, and right in front of me, just so simple and powerful, are the words, "Never limit your view of life by any past experience." Dang, that's good. Never limit your view of life by any past experience. My friends, our past mistakes, errors, horrors even, are a part of our individual journey as human beings, but also a part of our history as a people. Our errors, as hard as they may be to look at, serve to inform, to teach, to correct, and to remind us that we are always at choice. And we can choose to act from a place of love, or we can choose to act and do harm from a place of fear. The time is now. We must make amends and right our wrongs to the best of our ability, to rebalance the scales of injustice. We must pay reparations to our Indigenous and Black siblings. We must do this also for Mother Earth. We have caused so much damage. And, as Ernest Holmes reminded me just yesterday, out of any chaos, we can produce harmony. We are here, my loves, to produce harmony. And it starts with us. In chapter 4 of her book, Kelsey lists all the ways, like us humans, that nature has an astonishing capacity for healing. She acknowledges that most folks who work with the environment are reluctant, though, to talk about that kind of healing for fear that it may make people complacent. And, they think they're afraid that then would make people not do the work to help heal Mother Earth. However, what we have seen time and time again is actually that the opposite is true. Celebrating resilience strengthens us in our resolve for change. It actually inspires courage to create and revolutionize the status quo. Let us celebrate the resiliency, our resiliency as human beings, with a resounding and trusting hope that wards off catastrophizing and fatalistic mindsets, and that reminds us of the exquisite power of our minds to believe in good. The environmentalist and Professor David Orr said, "Hope is a verb with its sleeves rolled up." Let us roll up our sleeves, beloveds, with all the grounded hope we can muster. Let's pray. I invite you to take a deep breath in. Close your eyes. Perhaps cast them downward if that's more comfortable for you. What a blessing it is to recognize, to feel, to sense this infinite presence, this divine love, this grounded, powerful hope, the activity of the divine right here in everything, in every being to our left and to our right, in front of us, behind us, on the screen. To recognize that we are all of the same God stuff. We are all here to be the action of love. How good it is to step into this action with a grounded, powerful, magnificent, exquisite hope that allows the angels in, that allows spirit in, that leads with trust, that affirms with great expectancy the good. And I affirm the good in this magnificent earth and all her people. I affirm the good in all those that are doing all the things, the marches, the sacred, peaceful protests, making the posters, doing the things. How blessed are we to be a part of this human family and to be active in it. And so I affirm for each of us as we go out into our day that we roll up our sleeves with the active hope of our whole being, and we do what is ours to do, to support, to help, to heal this beloved, beloved Mother Earth. In this moment, I allow this prayer to be a blessing to all people everywhere across this beloved Mother Earth, all people who gather in mosques and ashrams and temples and synagogues and churches and ashrams and circles and under canopies with rain, glorious rain. I bless them all, recognizing that we are a part of them all. And I allow this prayer too to be a beacon of love to any place, any person, any soul that is hurting, that is experiencing illness or racism, challenge or difficulty. I just surround them with the love that is so palpable and so fully felt here in this moment. And so it is from this place of healing, this place of love, and this place of grounded, powerful hope that I release my word. I allow it to be with great thanks, with so much thanksgiving. I say, and so it is. Blessed be. Amen. Amen. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So this is our time for our conscious giving. This is our time where we get to, as a community, both here and online, pay it forward, support others. And I want to, every month we like to share with you, of course, a portion of what you give goes to the places that are living our values in the world. And I just want to let you know some of the places that we have given to, that you have all given to. Local groups working for people experiencing food insufficiency, local groups giving aid to refugees coming into our state here in Oregon, the International Rescue Committee supporting those in Afghanistan, and global giving for the Haiti earthquake relief. Those are just some of the places where your dollars, where your love goes. So I want to give great thanks for that. If you, whether you give in our buckets here every week and you drop a check or money there, or you give every month, you have a pledge, whatever that is, if you text to give, I know the walkers do that. I'll just read that number for you. It's 503-966-3236. However you give, whatever is yours to give, know that you are making a difference in this world. Thank you. Let us together say our blessing. From the love of pure spirit within me, I bless this gift. I send it forth to heal and bless and prosper. It does good work in the world and returns to me multiplied abundantly. And so it is. Thanks. And now, the one and only LaRhonda Steele. Woo!
This land is your land. This land is my land. From California to the New York Islands, from the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Spring waters. I tell you, this land was made for you and me. As I went walking down that river of a highway, I saw above me, oh, that endless skyway. Yeah, yeah. I saw below me the golden valleys, and I said that this land was made for you and me. Oh yeah. As I was walking, they tried to stop me. You know what they did, Reverend Shannon? They put up a sign that said, they said it's private property. But on the backside, that sign said nothing. And that must have meant that that sign was made for you and me. All right, hey, come on, y'all. One bright morning, Brian Harris, yeah. In the shadow of the steeple, down in the welfare line, I saw my people, yeah. They stood hungry, yes they were, and they stood watching. They wondered if this land was made for you and me. Oh yeah, this land is your land, yes it is now. This land is my land, yeah. From Westland and Lake Oswego down to Florida, y'all, yeah. We talking about Alabama, Mississippi, Oklahoma, California, and New York City, yeah. Oh, this land, yeah. I tell you that this land, oh, this land, was made for you and me.
The great, the Hall of Famer, LaRonda Steele, y'all. Are you kidding me? Oh, so beautiful. Hey, y'all, have a seat. I have just a couple of quick announcements for you. Hey, for those of you who are here in person, our Earth Action team is here. They have a table back here. Please stop by. There's a list there. You can give them your email address if you'd like to stay informed about everything that they're doing. Also, the book that Reverend Shannon spoke about today, Hope Matters, is available. We have a bookstore table back there. Please check it out. I have it. It's wonderful. I want to remind you that our Empowered Living group meets Sunday mornings at 9:30 a.m. If you're looking for any sort of support around any kind of numbing behaviors, this beautiful, gentle group is for you. Also, our Afghan Refugee Project, our next collection day is October 23rd. We're going to be doing another big drop-off. So if you've signed up to bring us a kit or part of a kit, please make sure we have all of those materials back, and you can still sign up. You can still jump in and get involved. And for those of you online, check out the website, newthoughtcsl.org. There's ideas there for you as well. We have a community meeting coming up Sunday, October 24th from 1 to 2:30. This is going to be both in-person and hybrid. And unlike our annual business meeting, this meeting is for everyone. So join in. All the information for that is on the site. And finally, our teens are doing their first fundraiser of the year. It's so exciting. They are selling gorgeous poinsettias for the holidays. So let's see, you can place your orders. This is for our local folks. You can place your orders through Monday, November 1st here at our welcome table or online. Just check out the website. Plant pickup. You'll pick up your poinsettias on Saturday, December 4th and Sunday, December 5th right here at the center. And please support our teens. Y'all, this pandemic's going to end. We're going to go to camp again. Yay. And I am so excited for that. I have hope, Reverend Shannon. Hey, information on all of this is at our welcome table or online at newthoughtcsl.org. I want to welcome back our teens. Parents, you can pick up your children at the Children's Pavilion up in the courtyard. And practitioners, would you like to stand? Those of us who wear these stoles, we are trained in the art of prayer, and it is our joy and our privilege to pray with you. So if there's something in your life you'd like to anchor in that hope about, this is your time. You can see our practitioners back in the prayer tent. Thank you, practitioners, for heading back there. Or go to our website and fill out a prayer request form. And our ministers and practitioners will pray all week. For you. It's good stuff.
Yeah, we pray a lot around here. It's affirmative prayer. It's always positive and uplifting. I want to take a moment and honor our beloveds who are watching us online from all over. We have We have family. We have our spiritual family watching us from California and Colorado and Maine. Hi, Maine. All over Oregon, Germany. Hello, Germany. We love you so much. Know that Shelly and I are going to be at the welcome table. Again, bookstore. We've got all the goodies up there. And Reverend Masando is going to continue this important conversation next week. So please do come back for part 2 of our series on spirituality and climate justice. With that, let us all take a deep breath as we move into our closing blessing. May you go in the light, as the light, and with the light until we meet again. May the longtime sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide you on your way. You are so loved. Mwah. See you next week.
I release, darling.